Alright boys, welcome to my March GP footage for K1 Speed Phoenix. My name is Ralph, and if you guys frequent the Arizona slash Denver K1 Speed facility locations, you might know me as the guy in the red helmet. This is my first look over slash review for the GP challenge this year for 2024, and figured I would kind of give my insight for both myself and for you guys, because I've had people, come up and ask if I have any plugs, social media, anything they can kind of watch over from time to time whenever I'm not in Phoenix. Because if you guys haven't met me in person, I live in New Mexico, so I'm pretty much the foreigner here. It's about a 900-mile round trip on average. So coming to these things is not cheap for me. It's not cheap going to them in general, but to not live in the state is pretty crazy. So, I try to maximize the time I have here. The only track time I get is the day of and the day before. So, anyways, give you guys a little bit of context. That guy that I was right behind before this lineup in the number 36 car, his name was Giovanni, and he was the points leader coming into this race. And he finished third in the World Championship last year, I believe, so he's definitely no joke. This number 3 car that's starting third in front of me for the race, her name is Marissa, and she was about a couple points behind Giovanni. And the guy that's actually pole sitting is who I was tied with in third place coming into this race. So Giovanni had a pretty bad running in qualifying. If I could finish behind him, or if, excuse me, what? If I could finish in front of him, no, that would be cool. If I could finish in front of Marissa and Nathaniel, who are actually in arm's reach of me right here, that would also be nice. That would be preferable, because I do not want to finish this race in fourth, although it's not a bad starting position at all. This is the Group A race, so these are the best of the best going into this weekend. There was 43 people that showed up this weekend, so definitely a lot of people, a lot of points to be come up, and Nathaniel gets an extra point just for qualifying in first. So, all right, here we go. My foot on the green goes down right before the green flag waves. These are electric carts, so you gotta kind of predict that there will be a delay, and there was. I get knocked out into the first hairpin. Luckily, I got one position back. But this always seems to happen to me, man. I don't know why. I always lose a couple positions at the start. I at least get it back, and it's actually to Marissa. So that's one out of the two I need to pass so far. This guy in the white helmet in front of me, I believe he started in 5th or 6th, and he got a couple spots there immediately as I get pushed into the first hairpin again. But yeah, good on him. I just need I just have my sights set on Nathaniel now, who is still in the lead. These top 3 are kind of gaining, and you notice just how wide I went there into that last corner. This car was just so off. There was just something off with the steering. I'm not sure what it was, but everything just felt super light. Power and grip weren't really an issue. It was more so just the steering itself that felt very unpredictable. You could see I had to kind of counter steer my way out of the wall right there in the same corner. But yeah, everything past this point was pretty much just improv, trying to catch up to these guys up here. However, besides Nathaniel, these other 2 guys, this was their first GP race, so I wasn't really worried about them. I did need to get in front of them though, because one spot you don't pass is one less point for you. So every point matters, every second matters here. And all these practice runs matter for me. I don't get that much time on this track, so definitely helps. This is all experience though, so yeah, we're gonna catch up to this 14 cart right here, which I actually had in the second qualifying session, and I couldn't break a 25-second lap in it, so I knew it wasn't exactly the quickest on the grid. So I knew I could pass this guy. Oh my god, excuse me. Listen, I had a green chili uh, meat and bean burrito in the morning, so like I'm trying not to drink that much water during the video because this is my first time doing it. I'll just do it after, but um, anyways, yeah, I noticed I was catching up to this guy right here. I feel like the most time I was gaining was actually this first hairpin once I was starting to adapt to it. And the end of this 3-point turn right here. I was trying my best to shift my weight to the outside of the cart, give the outside tires a little more grip in the corners. Suddenly I was right behind him. I mean, a lap ago I was about 4 or 5 carts away from him. This was really good for me, and I noticed just ahead of him we had the two leaders starting to duke it out a little bit. So I felt like this would be a great opportunity for me to even catch up to first after passing this guy right here. We have a yellow that comes out right here, and I'm not exactly sure what it was for. I couldn't catch it, but it puts me on his bumper pretty much. I should have turned a little earlier there, but it really doesn't matter. We didn't speed up until the next corner. He loses a lot of traction right there. Not sure what that was about, but I was able to pass him right there pretty easily from the inside. He opened it up a little bit. That was a good corner right there. That just happened after I started, like I said, I had to kind of adapt to this as quickly as possible. You don't get that much time with these races aren't that long. I was pretty much braking early and turning late, as weird as that sounds, but that's kind of what I needed with this kart right here. And I hadn't driven it at all the entire weekend. This is my first time in it. Don't remember which one it was, the 23, I think. But anyways, here we are catching up to these guys as well. They're still right next to each other. I kind of figured one of them would split away. It's actually the guy in the white helmet that passed Nathaniel. So suddenly Nathaniel was in second, and he was about to be in arm's reach of me. So I didn't know what lap it was. I don't really count them. I keep looking at Preston, the steward for the white flag, and every lap he doesn't wave it. I have a huge grin on my face, a huge evil grin, because gives me half a minute more to catch up to Nathaniel right here. I feel like I'm still pretty far, but like I said, that corner right there is where I feel like I'm gaining the most time. And right here as well, Nathaniel can't go full speed into this because he's got a cart in front of him, and that's a very hard corner to pass in between people anyways. So lap 14, we have a couple laps left. I kind of thought the white flag would go down right here, and it wasn't, and I was right here. I was a cart's length away. So yeah, this was an opportunity if I ever saw one. And just I was trying to be as patient as possible. I'm a very impatient guy, so hit the back of his cart right here, and that's when I know like I can pass him. And I see Preston holding the white flag right here, and somehow I get the speed to hit the inside of Nathaniel, and the 3-point turn I aggressively hit the inside, and I thought his car would push through right here and maybe pass me back because I was on the outside, but no sir. So we finish the March race in second, and like I might have mentioned earlier, this guy in front of me, this is his first GP, so I wasn't worried about him winning at all. I was just happy to finish in front of Nathaniel and Marissa. I don't remember where Giovanni finished this race, but he had a bad running in qualifying, so I believe he was outside the top 5 though. So finished in front of him on points. He was 4 points in front of me coming into this weekend, so I was at least tied with him. Um, I'll show the points here in a second. So we have we have a pretty big gap, to be honest. The me, Nathaniel, Marissa, Giovanni, we have a pretty big gap. You notice we're all above 100 points by now, and the guy in fifth hasn't even reached 80 yet. So that's a really big threshold. I feel like I'll be able to keep that up easily if I lived in Phoenix. But if everything goes right this year for me, I'll be able to appear every month, and hopefully I don't reach any bad luck with the carts I'm given. Because there can be a pretty big disparity between these carts. There's not always like a full equality and power between all of them. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys in April. I'll do the review in April, and I will meet you guys next month.